Really quick video. Just want to follow up from what I said last night in the video last night, and somebody quipped when I was sitting there in freezing cold Northern Ireland, because it's back to winter here. Was I wearing bulletproof vest because I had a padded jacket on? No, it wasn't a bulletproof vest, it was just a padded jacket because it was quite cold. The video I made yesterday, the response I got from the last video I made, which was basically about keep going, you know, don't get downhearted about everything, and keep fighting, which was basically the message. And obviously talking a bit about my faith, I had an amazing response. And I think the thing that really touched me, I read through all the comments, or as many as I can. My wife picks up the slack there as well, she reads all of them. But the comments in the video were very, very profound and had a deep impact on me. The reality is, a lot of people are looking for hope at the minute, and a lot of people are feeling very hopeless. A lot of people are feeling very hopeful as well. There's a lot of really good positive comments in there as well. But again, for the people that are feeling down about what's happening in the country at the minute, it's not over. It's not over by a long way. And like I've said, this is a battle between good and evil. We are on the right side, and we're on the winning side. We've got to win. We've no other option. And I just want to make a few practical suggestions of what we could do. First of all, it's one I keep talking about over and over again, and you know, it gets like a broken record. Like and subscribe to this channel. I don't get any money off this channel. This is a demonetized channel. It got demonetized in 2018 or 2019 when the first purge happened. So there's no financial incentive in me asking you to like and subscribe. It's purely because I want these messages to go out to as wide a number of people as possible. The only skin I've got in the game is I care about the country, and I want the country to succeed. What I also want to do, I want to ask you to go across to my Twitter page, follow me on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, sign up to Twitter, because Twitter at the moment is a free speech oasis at the minute. We don't know how long it'll last, because let's get it right, Elon Musk is coming under a lot of pressure from people who don't want him being the champion of free speech. Hopefully he'll hold the line and he won't bend. But the state, when a state comes against an individual, as we all know from what's happened to Tommy, things get very, very unpleasant. Anyway, putting that to one side, go on to Twitter. I'll put all these links down below. Follow me on Twitter, and also I'll put the link. It's already in the actual YouTube page itself, but I'm going to put a link in the description below so that you can sign up to my website. Now, I think there's about 28,500 people subscribed to me on YouTube, which is fantastic. That's gone up massively since the turn of the year. So again, it looks like YouTube are pulling back from shadow banning, probably because Twitter is doing a lot more with video, and YouTube don't want to lose out too much to Twitter. But again, we don't know how long that'll last. And what I'd ask is, if you subscribe to the channel, jump onto the website, give me your email address. I'm not going to be pestering you. It's literally, you know, if I can do an email once a month, I'll be doing well, because I've got that much other stuff going on. But I do want to keep in touch with everybody, so that if we do get binned off all the platforms, that there's still a base there of email addresses where I can keep in touch with you guys. And that leads me on to the next thing. Obviously, there's a lot going on with different political parties. UKIP is getting life breathed back into it, and I just joined UKIP a couple of weeks ago. The Reform Party is doing what they're doing, but we've also got a big plan for this idea called the Pledge. And I think it'd be good for people that are subscribed to any of our channels, and we've shared information by email. If you started sharing that information in your local groups, in your family groups, in your local areas, and building a community in your local area of people that believe what you believe. Because a lot of the time we're in these little echo chambers and we don't share stuff with other people in our communities. And we should, because we'll probably find out that once you start talking about it, probably 70% of the people that are in your circle agree with what you say. And if that's not the case, if you're in a very left-wing area or whatever, it's then down to getting into a debate and seeing if you can persuade them that our analysis of what's going on is right. So it's about having local conversations at local areas. And then once you've done that, start building little groups where you can meet, you can discuss these things, you can have little town hall meetings, and autonomously just start building a network of people that believe what we believe. And again, once we launch the pledge, you'll see exactly what we believe. The pledge website's up there now anyway, but when that's officially launched in hopefully maybe a couple of months' time or a month's time, then you'll see exactly what this is all about and what this movement's basically about. So yeah, what I'm saying is don't give up hope. We are on the right side of history. When people are being totalitarian, they're doing it because they're afraid, because they know that they can't win. They know that we are right and they're wrong. That's why they silence free speech. That's why they come down on us like a ton of bricks, because we're in the right. When I first started doing this, a pastor friend of mine said to me, he says, Richard, do it like Martin Luther King Jr. did it. Now, this was 7 years ago. And then I was talking to Don on my live stream the other day on YouTube and on Twitter, and Don had given exactly the same advice to Tommy. So if different people are giving the same advice to different people, then it seems that that's probably good advice to take. And what we're saying by that, we're saying you do it peacefully, you do it passively as much as possible. Yes, you can be noisy, yes, you can have fun at the events, but we make sure that we're not getting into massive street confrontations, because the reality is the way the state are, they will just lock everybody up. And the reason that Martin Luther King Jr.'s campaign was so successful, when the police were coming and literally beating people off the streets, they weren't resisting. They weren't fighting back. They were turning the other cheek. Now, I know a lot of people say that's hard, that's difficult. Well, the positive publicity that the people in Martin Luther King Jr.'s campaign got from that footage, and remember that footage is, there wasn't internet, there wasn't anything, there was just a few TV stations and black and white grainy pictures, and the amount of coverage that they got from that changed the course of American history and allowed the civil rights movement to peacefully get rights for black people in America. And I believe that we're involved in a civil rights struggle now, and it's not based on race, it's based on class. The British working class, white, black, Sikh, Hindu, are being put upon by the powers that be, without a shadow of a doubt. We are being divided, we are being pushed apart instead of being brought together, and it's been done by a liberal elite, the communists, the globalists, like I've always said before, the communists, the globalists, and the Islamists, that evil triad are trying to push us apart, they're trying to control us, and they're trying to impose their totalitarian doctrines and ideas onto us. And we've got to resist, but we've got to do it peacefully, and we've got to do it in a way that nobody can point the finger at us and say, look, they're the bad guys, because we're not. We are on the side of the angels. We are going to win this because we're right and what we're doing is right. All we want is to save our country and have a country that lives in peace and harmony, where everybody gets on together. Again, go back to what Paul Thorpe used to say. It's about what's in your heart. Is your heart red, white and blue? In other words, do you love the country? Do you love the great, great country that is the United Kingdom? So anyway, that's it, guys. So just to reiterate, if you're not subscribed, like and subscribe. We need to get those subscription numbers up, because we need to get this message out that that what we're doing is trying to bring people together. We're trying to unite the kingdom. We've also got to get emails, and so that we can correspond with each other. So sign up on the UK Freedom Movement page. The link will be in the description below. And also, if you can follow me on Twitter. Facebook's a dead duck. We'll not even go there with Facebook. We all know what happened with Facebook in 2018, 19, whenever it was. So yeah, guys, it's really important. All of this stuff is really important, and all of this stuff makes a massive difference to what we're trying to do and what we're trying to achieve. And let's say those comments that I saw last night, they spurred me on, because I realized that we've got a community, even just in this little YouTube page, that we're all involved in, because it's not just me speaking. The comments from you guys spur me on and encourage me. So we're doing this together, and we've got to keep doing it. And there's a lot of plates spinning at the minute. There's a lot can go right and there's a lot can go wrong, but we just got to keep going and keep doing what we're doing. See you all soon.